So as the Attorney General defends his summary of the Mueller report, the Democrats keep digging, finding new ways to increase their scrutiny on President Trump. This time they are targeting his bank records in a move that some Republicans have slammed as a fishing expedition. We're now learning that last month, 3 top House leaders, Elijah Cummings, Maxine Waters, and Adam Schiff, requested documents from Capital One Bank related to the president's business holdings. Capital One responded that they are preserving the records, but that, quote, given the confidentiality obligations that we have as a financial institution, including under state and federal law, we respectfully request that any production of materials be made pursuant to a subpoena rather than an informal request. Here now, Democratic Congressman Harley Rouda of California, a member of the House Oversight Committee. Good to have you here, sir. Thank you for being here tonight. That sounds like it makes sense, that response from Capital One, doesn't it?
I think that's a reasonable response, but it's part of the ongoing investigation.
I mean, I think most people would expect that their bank would not turn over their personal financial records, even if they are president of the United States, just because someone requests it from Congress. I mean, you would think they would be well aware of that you'd have to have a subpoena to get that kind of information.
And you're right. We need to use subpoena power if those are the records that we want to bring into the investigation.
So what do you say about the suggestion that this is a fishing expedition, that the Mueller report didn't go the way that Democrats wanted it to go? So now it's, let's move directly to Plan B. We've got a whole list of investigations we want to do, and we're just going to keep doing them. Is that the plan?
Well, first of all, I think that's a false narrative because we have not seen the Mueller report. The Attorney General has seen the Mueller report and issued a 4-page memorandum.
Correct.
Keep in mind that the House of Representatives unanimously passed a resolution demanding that the report, unredacted, be delivered to Congress and also be delivered to the public with only classified information being redacted. So we have yet to see it. And nowhere in that letter...
Let me ask you this, because the Attorney General, Bill Barr, said right away, after he issued that report, the initial principal conclusions summary, he said it's going to take me, about 2 weeks or less to get this ready. And then everybody just sort of jumped all over him. No, that's not going to work. That doesn't work for us. We want it with absolutely no redactions. I mean, why not just wait, as you say, why not just wait until it comes and then see what you get? And if you don't get everything you want, then you go to the next level.
Well, let's understand that we have committees within Congress who deal with classified information every single day for the protection of our country. They're quite capable of reading this memorandum and report without having the Attorney General redact it. Could you imagine if Janet Reno had withheld the report under Starr's investigation of President Clinton and decided to redact it?
The rules changed after that, and now the rules are much more strict in terms of what can be released from these kinds of special counsel investigations. So, the Department of Justice
to the public, yes, but not Congress.
That we are going, we're going by the rules, and also from what we understand, Robert Mueller and Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein are also very closely involved in this whole process of getting this document ready to turn it over, and it's only really a matter of days. It's like another 6 or 7 days, according to their calendar.
And your question would be,
my question is, why is that not okay? Why, even James Comey said, look, everyone take a deep breath. Let's wait till we see it, and then we can figure out whether or not, we're not happy with the way it was prepared.
Well, the rules you mentioned apply to dissemination of the report to the public. Again, not to Congress. Congress deals with classified information every single day. There's no reason to hold up this report for 1 millisecond in delivering it to the certain committees that are requesting it and deal with this information on an ongoing basis. In addition, we know that Mueller already, in giving the report, had positioned the report with information that could be immediately disseminated because he had already taken the trouble to redact it. He's an integral part of this process,
as we understand it, of releasing it now. So, I mean, unless we know they're not on the same page, it seems like we would want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they are on the same page until the report is released. And then if people aren't satisfied, then there's recourse there. So we'll see what.
Well, for me, I guess the question is, what is the Attorney General afraid of that the public might learn by providing this report unredacted to Congress, to committees who deal with confidential information on a regular basis?
Well, from what they've said, the only thing they're afraid of is following the law. They just said that there are measures that have to be taken, and they're taking those measures, and then they're going to release it. So I think they're not afraid of anything other than making sure that they follow the procedure that needs to be followed.
And again, I would point that applies to the public, not to the committees of Congress.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll get it soon, and we'll see. We'll see how you feel about it when you do, and I hope you'll come back and talk about it some more. Representative Harley Ruda, thank you very much. Good to see you tonight, sir.
Joining me right now, Congress of Racial Equality leader Niger Innis and former White House advisor under President Clinton, Doug Schoen. Good to see you both. Doug,
my
goodness, they just won't stop, and I find it historically just so wrong and culturally insulting, frankly, to anyone who lost a family member during those horrific World War II years, whether it was in a Nazi Germany concentration camp or whether it was a family member who fought to free Germany. You got these guys out there, these young guys trying to say that the administration is the equivalent of the Third Reich? Come on.
Well, I guess I come at it a slightly different way, but reach the same conclusion, Trish. I am proud that our embassy is now, because of President Trump, in Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. I'm proud that this week he recognized the sovereignty of the state of Israel over the Golan Heights. To compare a president who has a 95% approval rating in Israel to someone who has anything to do with Nazi Germany is, to me, ridiculous. And on immigration, call Jay Johnson, Obama's Secretary for Homeland Security, who said we have a crisis at the border, acknowledging what the president said. What we need is immigration reform, not crazy, absurd rhetoric.
Yeah, as I started off the show, what I was saying was they're not, you can have immigration reform and you can have border security. Actually, you should have both. They go hand in hand. And there are Democrats right now, Niger, that are saying, oh, no, if you want border security, then somehow you're racist against Hispanics that would want to come here. No! You can have strong borders while simultaneously inviting people to come here and participate in our great country, in our great economy, but, make it easier for people to do it the right way.
Some of the folks that want legal immigration, want border security more than any other, are Hispanic Americans. There are polls that are showing that Trump's popularity with the Hispanic community is going to go through the roof if he's successful at implementing his immigration policy. Look, the Democratic Party, I can't wait for 2020 because I've got my popcorn out, because watching the Democratic follies, also known as the presidential campaign, is going to be hysterical. The Democratic Party of Bill Clinton circa 1992, of JFK, of RFK, of even Jimmy Carter in 1976, of Doug Schoen in the old days when he was a mainstream Democrat. That Democrat Party is long gone. It is buried. It has been replaced by a group of angry, hateful folk who are going to be competing to see who's most crazy.
Well, look, Doug, you predicted this in your book where you looked at Venezuela and the threat of socialism, and you've predicted that, socialism, if we go down that path, it's very hard to recover from that. And that's exactly the path the Democratic Party is going down.
I did say it, and I appreciate your acknowledging that, Trish. Thank you. But I never thought that we would have the Maduro-Chavez wing of the Democratic Party. Basically, Democrats who embrace Cuban-style or Venezuelan-style socialism. It's absurd, demeaning, and ridiculous to the values that made our country what it is today.
And speaking of anti-Semitism, this is the same Democrat Party. They've got the nerve to be hypocrites. This is the same Democratic Party that could not condemn Oman for the anti-Semitic statements that she's made. There are large segments of the Democrat far left-wing constituency that Doug made reference to, the Maduro-Chavez wing of the party, that are virulently anti-Semitic, that do not believe that Israel should exist as a Jewish state, that would want to wipe it off the map. That is a part of the Democratic Party today.
Well, that's tragic. right? Because as you said, this is not the party, you know, and by the way, that's not the party that can win. I mean, they're out there trying to destroy Joe Biden, Doug, who, you know, had Joe Biden actually run, I say he would have given Donald Trump a run for his money in 2016. They just made the mistake of, you know, putting forward Hillary Clinton. I know you like her and everything because you're close to Bill, but let's face it, she's no Bill.
Well, she's no Bill. I didn't support her, though I have worked for her. And I would say Joe Biden's now well ahead in the polls. Why does the left wing do exactly what Niger says they're trying to do, which is to drag him down and drag down anyone who's in the middle and is a moderate, rational person? And to me, the left is intolerant, they're hostile, and they really are more about their own ideological purity than winning an election and offering an alternative set of positive policies to those of the president.
What a shame. Niger and Doug.
It is a shame.
Good to see you guys. Thank you so much.